Forget all the rest of the scripture, just think logically. It's delusional. These people are delusional. It's like they're all mentally ill. You turn this country over to the fags. You did it aggressively, you did it proactively, you did it in 1,000 different ways. Now they're coming home in body bags.
It is my opinion that the news media is totally corrupt and totally, I mean totally, dedicated to the militant fag agenda.
This guy was spitting on me and they knocked me down. I might maybe been 10 or something.
Judge not lest you be judged. You blankety blanking, blah, 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 that says blah, blah. To which I have to say, then stop judging us.
All these do-gooder, lion-ass Christians.
Break these signs out in some public place. Display them, and it will only be a matter of minutes, if not seconds, before the same kind of vicious fag attack, we call it. Fag attack, fag attack.
I think when you have that kind of hate speech against any one particular group, other people are going to sit back and say, wow, that's really going over the top.
You should be burned at the stake.
You filthy, rotten, scum-sucking pig! You're the one going to hell!
I'll fuck you up.
And this thing's going in waves now. We go out and tell them. They respond by aggressively rejecting the message.
You're pathetic. You people are pathetic.
And you know who claims to be the most Christian in this country nowadays? The veterans and the politicians. That's why they're the ones who fight us the hardest.
Okay, now, hey, guys. We're starting to play a game.
I remember, I think the worst one I went to was either that weekend that I left in 2007, my birthday present was to go to Washington, D.C. for the Veterans Day Parade.
Yeah.
And so I was there, and that was kind of crazy. They chased us away when like they're all down listening to the speech, and they all come up the hill, and we're right there. And we're right at the corner where the parade turns around. And we were kind of trapped there on the corner. And we tried to jump, like I had two of the younger kids like this, you know, and shielding them or whatever. And so we tried to hop the barrier, and the cops were like pulled out their batons, like get back over, get back over.
They're not asking anybody to hurt anybody. You know, they're saying things that, you know, we can all find, you know, terrible, but they're not saying, let's go kill gay people.
During our time with the Westboro Baptist Church, we found it increasingly difficult to reconcile their hate speech with how well they've treated us. But the one thing we had to keep reminding ourselves was that to them, we were nothing more than another platform to spread their message.
For those of us who live here and have lived here for a long time, we can just drive by and go, okay, you know, that's Fred. It's just such a shock to people in other cities that think, does everybody in Topeka feel like this? And would everybody in Topeka get behind something like this? And no, of course we wouldn't.
Anti-gays, anti-America, you name it, he's against it.
Have a good evening.
I know personally a child who died of AIDS because of a blood transfusion. They picketed that child's funeral. And
that's kind of, you know, there are good people in this town that are trying to make the town grow and make it look interesting, and then you have to think, oh, well, you get some company in from somewhere, and how much does that hurt if they happen to drive by a bunch of picketers and think, should we move our families in our company to Topeka? Well, let's see, maybe we'll go to Omaha.
I'm much more fearful of being neglecting my duty to my children to teach them what the Lord requires of them than I am not having some, you know, fleshly relationship with them. Besides which, when we're talking about kids growing up, they become adults. You don't hang out with people who don't like the same kind of stuff you like or do the same kind of stuff you do. Everybody gravitates toward people with common interests.
Steve's daughters, Lauren and Taylor, were brought into the Westboro fold as adolescents. Upon their arrival, the Drains sharply changed their approach to parenting. No Christmas, no Halloween, no Thanksgiving, no more rock bands, no more haircuts for the girls, no more chocolate bunnies or even what would Jesus do bracelets. And above all, no boys.
God says to warn them from him. If these people don't obey him, they don't keep his commandments, they blaspheme him, and they spit in his face every day. And that's what we're here to do.
What's your name?
Taylor Drain.
How old?
16.
Taylor, she actually cut a music video not too long ago. She's a senior at Washburn University now. You understand, she studies computer information systems, but she likes the look and feel side of that. So for instance, godhatesthemedia.com, that's basically her website. She put it together. Taylor also does the WBC video news a couple times a week. It usually has been Gramps, Pastor Phelps, but here recently, some of the other elder men have been kind of breaking out and starting to do some talking. And Taylor, she switches that. She's got a little switcher in there in the studio, and she posts it herself and sticks it up there. So it's pretty cool.
Taylor, she was kind of quiet. Truthfully, I'm surprised that she's there, because I thought that she was kind of attached to, some of the boys that left in her grade. I don't know, and her sister. I thought she was attached to her sister.
Well into the second hour of our interview, we noticed that Steve was still hesitant to discuss the one topic on both of our minds, his daughter Lauren.
These are kids for a while, and then they're adults for a long time. And when they're adults, when they come to that age of kind of the age where they have a moral responsibility for themselves, at least I'll know this. At least I'll know that I did my duty to them. Because my life isn't about pleasing myself. My life isn't about pleasing my children. My life is about serving my Lord.
She never was a true believer. You don't even want to get me started on this girl. She always wanted to go out with boys. I know that I had people, even after all of us left, come up to me and tell me how she would take clothes to school and change into them that were inappropriate. She snuck out all the time with a guy from Topeka High and did stuff with him. She got a flat tire and she got caught.
Lauren Drain was expelled from the Westboro Baptist Church in 2007. She has been allowed no contact with her mother and two younger siblings, Bose and Faith.
I haven't spoken to her probably in, I'm going to say 3 years. I'm not really sure. But I think probably 3 years since I've spoken to her. She's a grown woman now. It's way different than when you're a little kid. When I have these little kids, they're looking to Dad for some guidance, and I tell them, look, this is what the Scripture says here. This is the standard that we have in this house. But now she's a grown woman, and first time I go to telling her that what she's doing is wrong, she's going to tell me to take a long walk on a short pier.
I'll tell you what happened. There was this guy, I was responsible on YouTube to put up videos. And so I was doing that. This guy started talking to me, and then Lauren started putting up videos or something. I don't know why she was on there. Then she started talking to this guy, and this guy was trying to flirt with us, okay? So apparently she was
corresponding.
Yeah, she was corresponding with him, and she ended up stealing her mother's credit card and bought a plane ticket for him to come to Kansas.
Look, she's not a country mile from a Bible-believing Christian, I can tell you right now. She lives with a man. She lives with a man. She's not married to him. It's kind of a fundamental deal right there.
As we looked around the Drain family home, we noticed that not a single picture of Lauren Drain remained. She had been erased, as if she never existed.
Thankfully, the Lord has been merciful to me. He's given me children that I didn't even have when I came up here. He gave me Bo and Faith after we even were living here. I got an 8-year-old daughter who knows more Bible than, a good chunk of preachers in Topeka, Kansas.
Faith, you always look weird, so it doesn't really, you can't tell the difference. Shut up.
She called me on my birthday. I think it was about 3 years ago. She called me And she was very tearful, and she said, you were right about everything you tried to tell me, Dad. And then she hung up. And that was the last I've heard from her.
While she did provide us with pictures and this video, Lauren Drain did not grant Vice an interview. However, she did ask us to plug her book. It comes out in 2013.
The views were becoming more extreme. The main thing that I had a problem with was praying for a specific person to die. But since I had lived there my entire life and all that seemed normal to me.
Went along with it.
Yeah, I went along with it, and I needed a personal breaking point, like something that happened just to me. And that happened when my family and I went on a vacation to Puerto Rico. When we came back, my grandpa asked for a picture, so the one that I gave him, and the only good one, me and my sister happened to be wearing a bikini in it. They put it out on a table, so everyone going to church, like my grandma and grandpa, they liked it. They put it out front so everyone could look at it. After church, I walked out there and I saw the picture had been moved way to the back. And I just thought, oh crap, something bad's gonna happen.
There aren't any other options in life. You either warn the wicked or you don't warn the wicked. You warn the righteous or you don't warn the righteous.
We had these meetings, and I had been to them with other people, and I mean, I know how nervous I got there. And then it was my turn for a meeting. There's about 30 people around you in a big
It's like
rectangle.
a verbal stoning.
It's exactly. That's exactly what it is, a verbal stoning. Everyone, they were saying I don't help out enough. And then his dad said that I was chaff and that the wind was gonna come and blow me away. And it's just like sitting there listening to all this, you obviously don't want me here. Or it actually opened my eyes a lot. And so every time I get sad sometimes about leaving and missing my family, I think about that, because they are not the honest, hardworking people that I thought that they were. Sorry. Everyone kept calling me and they were telling me, you know, stop dishonoring your parents. Another one said, you need to quit your job. Then my grandpa called. He said, you're not thinking about leaving, are you? And then I said, no. And in that moment, I was telling the truth, because I didn't think I could leave. I didn't think that was an option for me to leave. I just kind of had a sudden realization that I needed to get out of there. It just overpowered me that I need to leave. The opportunity presented itself. I had to do it, or it wasn't going to happen. My dad called and I didn't answer it. He left a message and I listened to it. He said, I hope you're having a good day and everything will be fine. You just need to talk to everyone and we can get this resolved. But I knew that that wasn't going to happen. And then I left. Cheryl had sent me an email and she said, your mom and your dad and your sister want no communication with you. That is it. That is, remember earlier when I said it was an unspoken rule that you can't talk to them? So there, I still have that in writing.
So how many, I guess, friends and family members within the church would you say that you know that have left?
Sharon James.
Me, Josh, you, Hez.
Michael David.
Oh yeah, forgot about them.
Micaiah.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Josh Phelps.
Oh yeah.
We can't find him.
Yeah.
From our generation.
Yeah,
there's obviously Kay and Carl, Teresa, Bill and Mary.
Yeah, there's older ones that left too. Mm-hmm. Well, I still have problems, especially when I see a homosexual couple. I'm just like, oh man, what is going on over there?
The only thing I have problem with, I guess, I learned pretty quick how to be able to manipulate my way through stuff. I don't
know how to do that.
I usually don't even use my last name unless I have to.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm ashamed of it, but that I don't want to be judged, is I guess the word I could use on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I went into an interview the other day when I was looking for a second job, and I went into the interview and he goes, Tim Phelps from Topeka, I'm not even going to ask you. And I'm like,
oh God.
And I was like, you can if you want. And he's like, you know what question I was going to ask. And then he didn't ask it. And I was like, I mean,
you should have said
It's not a big deal. No, I mean, I just let him do his interview. I didn't.
Oh, that's weird. Then that's probably, if you don't get it, it's because he probably thinks that you're still there. I'm just kidding.
Well, I guess it could have been, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Try to stop us!
I'm having this interview with you, and we hit it off pretty well, but it's your vocation to be interested in fringe personalities.
Devil come a knocking, brother, better lock your door. You got no mercy, and come to steal your soul.
Imagine being good friends with me. We're not going to be bowling buddies. We're just not going to.